if you're a brand new rider and you just started doing some stuff, you practice your friction zone, you're starting to give a little bit of throttle, it's pretty easy to go straight and it's pretty easy to keep moving. It's that moment where you have to stop, it gets a little scary. So this right here is going to be one of those incidents where we try to stop a little too quickly without utilizing proper progressive brake pressure, and we're actually going to dump the bike because of a panic. So let's move into this video, figure out what happened, how it happened, and then we're going to be better riders, honestly, for it.
Are you fucking for real?
All right, so progressive brake pressure, panic braking, all that stuff can hopefully be mitigated with ABS. I don't think it's going to have ABS on this bike, but the beginner motorcycle that we're giving away does have ABS. We're giving away a 2019 Honda CBR 300R with ABS. So this way, just in case something happens, hopefully that kicks in and prevents the accident that we see here. If you would like to enter to win that bike, go ahead and check out the links in the description and the first comment. There's a free way to enter. And if you do get in, if you enter on Patreon, you get my ebook for free, and we're working really hard on making sure you get more and more stuff with all these different entries. With that said, let's go ahead and start. Now, when I say panic and I say, not using your brakes properly, here's the thing. When you're in this situation, when you are right here, your body goes to the lowest level of your training. I'm not saying you guys aren't getting training. I'm saying that it's going to go to the lowest level. That's because you haven't practiced it enough. If you think you've practiced it 20 times today or 20 times this week, you need to practice it 40 to 60 times. It's a lot like getting, wood for the fire when you're camping. Okay, I got a big bundle of sticks. We're all good for the night. No, go get 2 to 3 times more than that, and then trust me, now you're going to have enough for the night. So when it comes to motorcycle riding, if you feel like I got 20 minutes of braking or 20 sessions and 20 drills of braking, let's do 40, let's do 60. Get better. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Not much. It's going to be better than what's going to happen in here. And once again, I'm not saying that's what's happening where he didn't get enough training. I'm just saying there's a panic and your body's going to go to the natural level. Okay, so now we're about to right here. Now, this whole time, I would be in yellow stage, okay? I'm kind of zoned in. I don't see any natural hazards. I don't see sides of the vehicles. I don't see any patterns. But what I see here is the road is starting to kind of go over this hill, and that's kind of like a blind vertical turn. It's a crest of a hill. It's blind to me. I can barely see. Now I can see. I can see some cars. So now I'm going to go into orange stage because you do have intersections back and forth. And what are the intersections? Driveways. I don't know if any of these people are going to go in a driveway. I'm going to consider it an intersection. So if I see a car, especially if they're coming my way, oncoming traffic, if they're with me, they're going to turn right or left and I can just get out of the way. But path of travel violation is what I'm concerned here. So these vehicles, as soon as I get next to them, orange stage, I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get ready for the brakes. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to see what they're going to do. I'm going to see if they're starting to slow down. I'm going to see if the tires move. I'm going to see the indicators go. All those different things. Get ready for it. But then this guy came out of nowhere. Okay, this is definitely going to be a path of travel problem. So right here, you need to start applying those brakes. So what did I say earlier? I said as soon as I see a car now, I see the Jeep or whatever the vehicle was with the light on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just reach forward on those brakes. I'm not going to roll off the throttle yet right here. And I'm going to reach for the brakes. Now I'm going to roll off the throttle and start applying some brake pressure. This person has his tires and his body already moving. Those are the patterns that you need to be looking for. So go ahead and start squeezing right here. We don't want to squeeze right there. That's what happens if you squeeze a little too late. And what did I say about the driveways, intersections? There it is, guys. So right here, it's going to be squeezing that front brake, squeeze that front brake with a couple of fingers. Now remember, your front brake has a lot of stopping power, 60 to 80% stopping power for the bike. The rear tire and the rear brake will do quite a bit, like 20 to 40%. But once that weight gets that front tire, because once you start applying brake pressure, all of you and the bike is going to start getting on that front tire and compressing that front fork. Once that happens, the more and more weight on that front tire, the more and more braking power you have. So now we're getting closer to 80, 90% stopping power right now. So if you're still pressing hard on that rear brake, it's going to start losing traction because it doesn't have a lot of friction, a lot of weight, and it's going to start sliding, and that's exactly what happened right there. That's the fishtail. So when I talk about not practicing enough, This is what I'm talking about. You can't just press the same amount with the right foot and the right hand. You need to squeeze more and more and more and more and more and more until you come to the stop with that front brake. Rear brakes are very important for cruisers too, so still do that, but then start releasing a little bit of that right foot and then that rear brake and squeezing more and more front brake. And the only way you're going to do that naturally with habit is with practice, practice, practice. And this is what happened right here. This is a high side, very dangerous, very impact oriented type of crash. Low sides where you just kind of slide and you're going to have impacts, but mostly road rash. But this one, you're going to get flipped over and then put those hands out. This is why we need to have motorcycle protective gear too. Now, this is a single vehicle accident. Okay. This person might have caused it and is pretty much at fault for being in the path of travel, shouldn't have done that. But we're the ones that are going to be hurt. Nothing happened to their car. Nothing happened to them. Maybe financial if you're able to sue them or whatever it is. But the problem is we got hurt. Our baby got hurt. You know, this is not a good day for us. So make sure you wear your gear. Make sure you're hyper aware and hyper alert, especially in areas like this with multiple intersections, driveways, intersections, whatever. And practice your braking, practice your swerving, because that could have been an option that you could have done too when you're in red stage. Don't go into brown stage, everybody. Talked about that in the awareness code chart. Anyways, with that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and hopefully this guy is doing well. Thank you so much for letting me use this footage. We're going to be better riders because of what happened to you. I'll see you around.